Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the July edition of Tacos and TECHquila. I am so excited. Today, we have Dan Seligman coming at us from Toronto.
From Toronto. Am I your first international guest? I
Yes.
was hoping so. I
Yes.
didn't ask before, but I hope I am.
No, literally, I was just thinking that. And I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, I'm doing Toronto today. He goes, Toronto has tacos? I said, oh, you better watch it.
He's
The
got to get out once in a while. Toronto's got a bustling food scene, but I do have to say, where I live in the city, there
Yeah.
weren't many Uber Eats locations. So I
Yeah.
had to Google a couple taco places and I drove like 5, 10 minutes to get them. But I'm excited to get them. I don't eat tacos very often. So for
Uh,
you, I'll eat tacos all the time.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'll give a little bit of a background. So Dan used to be my manager. Way back when I worked at Platters, now it's called Thriver. And we worked together for about a year, I would say.
Yeah.
But since then we both moved on. So he is now VP of business development at Leap Tools, which is a really cool augmented reality company, if you want to give a little bit of a background.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely give it back. And I was gonna say before I jump into this,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of you. I've said that a million times over, but I'm a big fan of this show, this initiative, this way to connect with people. So I think it's amazing. I've watched all the other episodes, and it's unbelievable. We cover a little bit of everything you spoke about, like different companies like Fundrise. And I remember you had someone on to speak about NFTs. You've had some of our old colleagues on. I know John Ebner and Ratoon, but my favorite one, and I know it is probably your favorite as well, so hopefully I can bump her. But our ex-colleague and your best friend Colleen was a guest as well. So I miss Colleen, and
Yes.
she's great. And I know you guys don't live close to each other anymore. I
No.
know she moved, but hopefully you guys are still close. But
Yes.
yeah, shout out to Colleen. I haven't spoken to her in a long time.
Colleen is gonna love that. Me and Dan connected a little bit before we press record, and I was saying Colleen will love the shout out. Colleen was
There you
she
go.
was our colleague at Platters. I worked with her at the Hyatt before, and she loved Dan. I mean, it
Yeah,
was an
she's
epic,
great.
yeah, it was an epic time when we all worked together.
I was gonna say, out of anyone, she's the only one who can match your energy. You guys are amazing together. Real you're a tandem together going around.
Aw,
So it was
thank you.
great to see you guys, and happy to hear you guys are still close, because I
Yes.
know from distance it's a little bit harder, but yeah, she's great.
We're seeing Billy Joel next week together.
There you go.
Yep.
Perfect. That's
Love
amazing.
it. Love it.
But yeah, I can give a little bit of Leap Tools. So yeah, the company's called Leap Tools. We're a tech company based here in Toronto. The company is called Leap Tools. The product that's sort of in market is called Roomvo. And what we do is we're augmented reality for the home goods space. So flooring, carpet, rugs, countertops, tiles, wallpaper. And really what that means is we really help bridge the gap of online and actually seeing these products and these things in your space. When you buy a rug online, or you get the new flooring for your house, or the backsplash for your kitchen, these are big purchases and these are big commitments. So what our technology does is we are augmented reality. So you can actually snap a picture of your kitchen, you can snap a picture of your living room, and you can actually place a rug, or you can place tile on your backsplash, so you can actually see and sort of break down that barrier of visualizing the product in your space and be able to buy with confidence.
It's
So
cool.
it's a really exciting
Yeah.
space, and it's the next evolution of online for these home goods. So it's been very, very fast growing, and we're only sort of getting started because there's a lot of ground to cover. But
Yeah.
that's where we are now with Leap Tools and Roomvo. And yeah, it's been a ton of fun. So
It's
excited to continue the journey,
yeah.
continue to grow. But it's a great spot.
It's really cool. I was looking into it, and a few of our past colleagues are with you at Leap Tools, right?
Yeah, yeah. The platters mafia spreads out very wide. Everyone goes to different companies, but yeah, we have a couple
Yep.
ex platters people who are there, and
I love
yeah,
it.
it's a really exciting opportunity. Hey, we worked with really talented people at
I know.
Platters, so
I know.
the more people we can connect with and work with again, the better.
It's so true. Yeah. I mean, to give a little plug too, I was on the website, and it is so cool to be able to visualize, because I mean, for me, I'm moving next month, and I'm trying to figure out, in advance, I need furniture, and like, how do I
Yeah,
map it out, and like, what's going to fit here, what's going to fit there, and like, typically you only
Yeah,
see the place once, especially an apartment if you're renting, and you're able to like use the measurements to really set what you want. So it's
exactly.
cool. I'll
Yeah,
put
for
it in
sure.
the message, and you guys can definitely check it out. But this is the moment we've been waiting for. The Toronto taco scene. Um, Tell
Yeah.
us a little bit. Where did you go? I appreciate you driving and picking up a taco.
Yeah. Well, there's a huge Toronto taco community in downtown Toronto. They're all
Yep.
over the place, and there's some really well-known ones. I'm sort of midtown Toronto, so the options are a little bit more
Yeah.
limited. So I just truthfully just Googled a taco place near me. First place didn't open till 1 o'clock, got screwed. The second place, I Googled them. It's called Diamonds Bar and Grill.
Okay.
And the first review on Google said best tacos in Canada. So I couldn't not
Whoa.
go.
Yeah.
And when I walked in, it was sort of like a dingy, not well lit place, but I knew I was in good hands because no one at the restaurant spoke English. So I
Exactly.
think I think it's gonna hit the spot.
Yep.
I have them here. I
Okay.
came in a pack of 5. I don't know if you can see.
A pack of 5.
Um,
Wow. Okay.
Fresh pressed corn tortillas. I saw them make it by hand. I
Yes.
have 2 different tacos here. I have a carnitas and an al pastor. An al pastor. So I switched up a little bit.
Love it.
So
Okay.
I'm excited. I don't eat tacos very often, but you're the boss here. Is
I
this is there any etiquette around it? Do I have to finish all of them, a couple bites here and
Okay.
there, or what?
So
How
the
does it usually
way
go down?
Yes, that is a great question. So the way that I usually do it is, so you got 2 different types. So you can either pick one to review, or you can do a bite of each and give 2 reviews. It's really up to you. Whatever you feel
Okay,
like doing.
I like it.
I feel like we need both.
I was gonna say I'm hungry anyway, so
Okay.
I'm in.
So,
You don't need to twist my arm. So I have the carnitas here, and what I like, I'm a big hot sauce guy. So
oh,
they gave me the green and the red hot sauce. So
nice.
I might go for a dunk each, but I'll
All
give it a first
right.
taste test and see what it's like. And
All right. Go to the
while
camera
I'm
after
eating,
you dunk it and see.
while
We need a
while
close
I'm
up.
eating though, I want to know what's your favorite taco in your hood? What's your favorite so far that you've had on the
Okay.
show?
So Chilicates has been my favorite, and I'm thinking of doing a kind of like a year in review, because I'm coming up on a year of doing these taco reviews. And
Okay.
so Chilicates is what I order when I'm not doing these reviews. It's the steak taco, and it's honestly the salsa, it's the steak, it's the corn tortilla. I mean, it is fresh. So okay, first bite. What do you think? That's the carnitas one, right?
Okay. This is the carnitas.
Okay.
This is very good. I'm actually very impressed. Didn't have very high expectations.
Okay.
The tortilla is very fresh.
It's
Not the
corn, right?
biggest cilantro. I'm not the biggest cilantro fan,
Hmm.
but sort of blends in with everything. The meat is very very tender. The hot sauce it's got a good kick, but it's not overly spicy.
Okay.
I would say this is I'm in between 2 scores. It's either like
Okay.
a high 7 or a low 8.
Okay.
I think
7.5.
it's I would think like a 7.9. I think it's on that barrier of like an 8. So I'm giving it a 7.9 for the
All right.
carnitas.
That's great. That's great. Okay.
Put
And
it
then the
put it in the
next
book,
one,
7.9.
7.9.
And
Let's
then
see.
I have the Al Pastor. I don't know if you can see there's a
Yep.
pineapple in there. So
Oh,
I wanted to switch it up. A little sweetness in one of them, a little
yes.
savory with the carnitas.
Yep. All right, here we go. I love the color of that taco too. Because usually the corn, even though it's corn, it's usually like a light tan. Like that is a full
Yeah,
yellow.
this is a full yellow. We got good
Yeah.
corn in Canada. I guess that's what happened.
I'll let my boyfriend know.
Yeah, exactly. What does he know about Toronto
What
taco
does he
scene?
know? I'll never forget the first time I went to Toronto for work. There was remember that food court we would go to?
Yeah.
It was like in the Google like cafeteria, and it was just all these different food spots that you could, I forget the name of it, but it was the most amazing taco I've ever had.
Really?
Literally. Yeah,
I'll have to look up which one you were talking
I
to.
know, I know. I'll have
There's
to post it.
there's a serious. I think Toronto goes through like ebbs and flows of
Yeah.
hot foods. Tacos was a couple years ago,
Yep.
burgers, pizza. There's always like a trend in the
Yep.
city. But
What do you?
now we're
Yeah.
talking Al Pastor.
Yep.
This is like an 8.3. This is way better. It's spicy, it's sweet from the pineapple. It's got a little that the
Oh, I think.
onions for a little crunch. This
Yep.
is I'm going to order from here like weekly. I'm pretty impressed with this place.
Okay. So Al
Diamonds Bar
Pastor.
and Grill. Shout out to the guy who helped me out who didn't speak any English, but shout out to that guy, Diamonds Bar and Grill.
Here we go. That is so funny that it's called Diamonds Bar and Grill. And
Yeah, that's not they might need to figure out their name. It
you would,
doesn't scream tacos.
you would not think when you said where you were getting it from, I was like, oh no.
Well, I was in the same boat, but the
Yes.
reviews said best tacos in Canada, and I kind of understand where he's coming from. They're amazing.
Love it. Okay, so Al Pastor is 8.3, the Carnita is 7.9. Overall,
Yeah.
very good score, especially from a first-time place and a place called Diamonds Bar and Grill. So
Exactly. I think that's maybe if the name was a little bit better, it would be higher rating. Who knows? But
yeah,
in terms of the quality, they know what they're doing. So whenever you're in Toronto, if you need a taco, I highly recommend. It gets my stamp of approval.
Good job. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you can finish the rest of the 4 later. That's an aggressive amount. 5 per order.
Yeah, 5 tacos. They're not messing around here. So hefty
so
portions, which I always like.
I love that. All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for that. I'll post the link. And if I feel like I'm connected to a lot of Toronto and Canadians on LinkedIn because of my past company. So
yeah,
definitely check that out. But
there you go. If they get a spike in traffic and orders, all credit goes to you.
Well, I'll get like a commish, you know.
Exactly. A little kickback.
Hashtag ad, you know. I love it. I love it. Speaking of making money and getting into new business ventures, we were talking about, you know, I always talk to my guests about like, what do you want to talk about? The floor is open. You know, sometimes it's their company they work for, sometimes it's something they're interested in. And Dan had a really cool topic of Facebook, which,
yeah.
I mean, what's the first thing you think of when you hear Facebook?
Well, that's the thing is you set it up and you say Facebook and you think boring, it's been around forever. My parents use Facebook.
Yes.
That's how I always perceived it.
Same.
But the other side of this, and we sort of spoke about this briefly before, is right now I have a couple, let's call them outstanding tasks. I'm trying to get a couple of things done.
Yep.
And one of them is I have a 1-year-old son at home. I'm trying to find a nanny.
Yes.
Where do you go to find a nanny? I have no clue. You post an ad on online, you do something like this. Little did I know, there's a Facebook group in Toronto called Moms and Nannies. There's like 20,000 members. We've been interviewing nannies for weeks. For 2 weeks straight, we've had calls every single day with nannies. It's unbelievable. You can find anything. My wife and I have another property here in Toronto we're trying to rent out.
Yep.
There's a rental group on Facebook. There's tons of rental groups on Facebook. We have a real estate agent. We have all these other postings. I would say 90% of our traffic is coming through Facebook. At the beginning of the golf season here, because we get the snow in the winter, I had old clubs from last season. I would put them on Facebook Marketplace. They were gone in an hour. Wow. It's unbelievable.
That is so crazy. Yeah. And that's what we were discussing when he said Facebook. I was like, what? You know, because I mean, love my dad, but like that's what he uses to see what I'm up to, you know? I'm like, it's, you know, and be like, nice pick, Katie, exclamation mark, you know, and then it's like.
Yeah, exactly. That's he's spelling error, caps lock, something embarrassing that you don't want to be on there.
I know.
But yeah, it's interesting. But that's where the same thing I was saying to you is I think Facebook's old school, but I think what it comes down to it is it still has such a large user base that if you need to get something done on there, it still has that network effect and still has so much reach. So it's interesting. And I don't know if you've sold stuff on Facebook before, but then my mind started to go is like, those are the only 3 avenues I'm using it for: Marketplace to sell old stuff, these groups to rent out my place, and then trying to find a nanny. But there must be so many niches, groups on Facebook, but it's like, could these be spun into a different marketplace, or these could be spun into a business.
Yeah.
Who really knows?
I know.
But I think it's really fascinating is like looking at these groups, and I don't think it's too late to the game. If there's a Facebook group that has tons of engagement, tons of members, but doesn't have a designated place or a designated platform or system to manage those members or give them what they need, there might actually be a business opportunity to sort of spin up a business based off of Facebook groups.
That is interesting because there's so many. I mean, even Facebook's advertising still is, they advertise on, public television too. It's like there's a group for everyone, and they have those examples of like, how to meet people and like different, like a knitting club and like a skateboarding league and stuff like that. And it's like, it is so true.
Just wait, did you say a skateboarding league?
Yeah, I saw that. Like literally, it was like.
Is this what you do after work? You get off and go skateboard?
No, I think it was like one of their commercials. So it was like, love to skateboard. Like they were advertising like there's something for like everyone.
Maybe that's something that they're pushing, because instead of likes and comments and stuff like that, they're realizing that doesn't drive value anymore, but these groups are really where the value's at.
Exactly.
So maybe that's something that they're investing in, and clearly if they see value in it, then there could be value to the general public to sort of run with that kind of stuff and spin off different groups. But I'm still impressed by the power of Facebook, at least in Toronto, and who knows, it's probably more powerful. I was actually working with a client in Myanmar in Asia the other day, and they said they actually don't use, they're a flooring company in Myanmar, and they don't have websites. They just have Facebook pages.
Wow.
That's their website, and they run their business through Facebook pages. So I'm sure it's widely adopted and used differently in different countries. And then it's probably not used a lot in some other countries, but it's interesting to see like the different dynamics and how people leverage that.
And still, even with like, I know when we were at Platters and like restaurants too, especially the mom and pop shops, sometimes their website was literally, it was like Facebook, like the Facebook page.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, because you can see, I mean, I still, every time I'm like, oh, I want to try this new restaurant. Oh, I'll Google them. And one of their first things is usually the Facebook page. And I click on it because I can see the photos. I can see what people say. They have the hours on it. You know what I mean? And it's totally free to use. So
for sure.
And the marketplace, I mean, I was telling you before, we hopped on here with my mattress. I mean, this is an advertisement for my used mattress as well. And no, I was having a conversation with someone and I was like, I'm just going to put it out on the curb. I'm getting, a new mattress tomorrow. And they're like, no, put that on Facebook Marketplace. Like someone
that's
$100
bill
it.
sitting in your, $100 bill sitting in your apartment there.
Exactly. And I was, me and my boyfriend are moving in together and he has a whole weight set in his basement of like a mini gym, and we can't fit it in our new place. And he was just gonna throw it out.
Is he putting up a fight to get rid of it, or he wants to keep it, or he's okay? Because I know what's gonna happen. You guys move in together. You're gonna look at this feng shui behind you. You got the plants, you got the candles, you got the picture frames. Does he know what he's getting himself into?
Oh, he knows.
You're gonna turn this place into a rainforest.
Well, it's so funny because we have a mini like roof deck and then like a patio. So like he was like, can I put like my weights out there? And I was like, I don't think there's enough space. Like I have my outdoor furniture and like I got my grill and like I want to do a projector. Like I was like, you can have. He's very big into UFC. Are you into that at all, or?
I watch it from time to time, the big fight, but I'm not religious.
Yeah. So I was like, an incentive. I was like, instead of the weight stuff, we can have a projector outside and you can have a boys' night for fight night.
You are such a salesperson. It's unbelievable. Giving your boyfriends incentives, trying to set it up, pitch them the value of what we're going to do at the patio. Sounds pretty good.
Sounds good.
So the problem is now if he doesn't have his weights, he's going to get out of shape. But then he'll use the projector more often.
True. That is
there's some trade-offs.
I know. So he's gonna put it on Facebook Marketplace. So so we'll see how it goes. But I mean, it's totally free to post, right?
Yeah, it's free to post. I wonder, I think there are paid versions where you can sort of sponsor a post and move it up the charts. I think they do that for cars and stuff like that where you can pay, but it's a nominal fee. Weights are gonna it'll be gone in a second, especially now with COVID, or maybe the gyms are starting to open back up, so people are going there. But hopefully you can get rid of them pretty quickly. I like the idea of a projector. I'm coming over.
I know.
We're having movie night.
I was like, I got this whole thing mapped out. And that's why I was thinking with room, you pronounce it Roomvo, is the Leap
Roomvo,
Tools.
yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, like, cause you can do, is it just for companies to buy that AR, or is it like, can like a consumer go on and do it themselves?
Yeah, for sure. It's a good question. So our platform, we sell it to everyone in the supply chain. So the manufacturers, the distributors, and the retailers. For you as an end consumer, you can go use it on any retailer that has Roomvo live, and it'll show you all their products. So you can snap a picture of your kitchen and put the backsplash in. So yeah, you can use it as a consumer. We don't sell to the consumer. We're a B2B platform, but 100% you can access it.
That's cool.
So it's a ton of fun. It's a dangerous game though, because next thing you know, my wife wants to redo the floors in our house, buy rugs here and do that. So you get it's like a design inspiration.
Yeah,
so you're going to start spending too much money redesigning things.
Yes, especially now in COVID, everyone's redoing it. I was going to say, is that a new background? This was not what I had at Platters for a background when I was talking to you.
I know. A little bit of an upgrade. So got shelves, filled them in with some books and other stuff over here. I designed one shelf, which is a little bit more disheveled, and my wife did the one that's color coordinated. You can see this one.
Oh,
black,
I love
white, it's got picture frames. Mine's it's got a little yellow, blue, red. It's got a little bit of everything. But you know, it's the yin and the yang in the house. So we make it work.
You need it. All right, Dan. Well, thank you so much. Again, Dan went to Diamonds Bar and Grill in Midtown Toronto. I will post the website. Maybe I'll post their Facebook business page as well. And that's all I got.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me.
No, thank you for inviting me. Thanks for catching up. It's been way too long.
I know.
Yeah, it was really great to catch up. I'm happy that I could be a guest on here, and I'll continue to be a subscriber and a watcher and a commenter and all that kind of stuff. So keep it going. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you. All right. Well, I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, Katie. Take care.
Okay. Bye.